One. Good afternoon, football fans from Bulldog Stadium. It's Frontier Conference football today. My name's Wally Felt, along with Mike Miller doing color and bad jokes. And our producer today is Tad Takus. Got it right, Tad? Yeah. And Tad was with us last time around, and so we're here again for Frontier Conference football. And, we don't just talk about conference and non-conference games as much anymore. We talk about divisional or non-divisional. This is the last non-divisional game. Next week, both Dickinson and Montana Western will begin their divisional play. Montana Western is ranked 9th in the country with a record of 2-1, and Dickinson State 2-1 suffered their first loss last week to Carroll College by a score of 35-7. So today, it's Montana Western hosting Dickinson State. And Mike, I know by the 3 or 4 boxes of research material you brought in, you have some things to say about Bulldog football.
Yeah, well, the Dickinson State, the Blue Hawks, as you said, the Blue Hawks started off the season with 2 wins. And then were beaten last week by Carroll. They have an outstanding coach. Pete Stanton is from Baker, Montana, and I knew him when he was coaching at Terry. He was there for 9 years, and during those 9 years, his team went to the playoffs all 9 years, every single year. They actually were in 3 state championship games, and although they didn't win, he built an outstanding program. He's doing the same thing at Dickinson State.
Well, we're going to talk more about the game, and Pete's Montana connection is very well shown when you look at the Dickinson roster, and we'll do it after this quick message on the Bulldog Sports Network. We're back at Bulldog Stadium, Frontier Conference football. Bulldogs hosting Dickinson State, and we're going to take another break, and we'll be back during the playing of the national anthem. We are back at Bulldog Stadium. Nice rendition of the national anthem. We need to get a microphone outside so we can
hear that better. Yeah.
The brother of one of our Bulldog football players doing the honors. And Montana Tech was the coach's favorite on the eastern side, but Dickinson State was the pick. And so far, that's kind of playing out what it is.
Yep.
Montana Tech's had a great year so far. They are unbeaten. But then you come down and look at the western side. The coaches picked Western. Western suffered one loss in their first 3 games. That, of course, to Montana Tech. We send the champion of the West and the champion of the East are the automatic Frontier Conference bids to the NAIA National Playoffs. And, of course, hopefully we get a few more. We see the officials coming center court and I'll say center court because it's right smack dab in the middle of the field. Our officials today are from the Spokane area. And the captains from both sides will decide who kicks off and who receives. And has anybody ever not received by winning a toss? I haven't seen that in a long time.
Oh, the coaches actually practice what you say. If you win the toss, most of the coaches say defer. That's all. That's the only word. And then the official turn to the other team, the losing, and they say, what do you choose to do, receive or kick off? Well, of course they're going to say receive, except every once in a while a kid will make a mistake and say, we'll kick off. So he kicks off. That team kicks off to start the first half. They kick off again because the team that deferred gets to receive the opening kickoff of the second half. So the coaches actually teach what to say if you win that. If you lose the toss and they say the other team, the winning team says defer, then you automatically say receive. That's all you say.
So basically what you're saying, it's a whole nother phase of practice, the psychobabble phase.
It is a special team specialty.
Well, Bulldogs on top of the western side at a record. Well, I say that I'm incorrect because College of Idaho
also,
actually is unbeaten, but the Bulldogs are ranked 9th in the country. They average 38 points a game. That's first in the Frontier and 19th in the NAIA. And Dickinson, usually a high-scoring team, averages 23 points. Actually, 20. If we round it up, it's 24 points, and they give up about 23 points a game. But as Ryan Norse pointed out yesterday, Dickinson lost 25 seniors to graduation from that championship. They won the championship the last year the North Star was in existence, so they're playing basically with a new team of sorts. And Ryan said those are the worst ones, the ones you have to really watch out for. Somebody comes in laden with veterans, you pretty much know what they're going to do.
Yep.
But coming in with a new team, you're not really sure what they're going to do. So I'm guessing the first quarter will be a little bit feeling out here and there.
Yeah, the Bulldogs are really hoping that history repeats itself because they have never lost to Dickinson. They are 6-0, and last year they beat Dickinson 41-14. I think that was the largest margin of victory in the 6th game that they have played. So they're hoping that they're able to do that again.
Now, is that announcer's jinx?
No. Just stating the facts.
Okay. Bulldog kickoff, and fair catch is called by the Blue Hawk. And he got off the sidelines too quick. It was either Jackson Wicker or Adrian Cauldron, the return specialist for the Blue Hawks. Blue Hawks get first possession. Marcus Sanders at quarterback for the Blue Hawks. Union City, California is his hometown. James Logan High School, his high school, and he's a transfer in from Diablo Valley College. So first and 10 first and 10 Blue Hawks. Blue Hawks had quite the tailgate party going over there too. Handoff up the middle and nice yardage. With the ball was Jackson Simonson, a Great Falls product. And we talked about Dickinson and the Montana heavily laden roster.
Yeah, and of course, Coach Stanton being from Baker, and he spent some time in Belgrade as well as at Terry. He knows everybody.
2nd and 6 now for the Blue Hawks, and another handoff and another positive play for the Blue Hawks. Getting up off the bottom of the pile. I think that was Tyler Walker, one of the Bulldog tacklers, getting up. And the ball carrier once again was Jackson Simonson. And it's 3rd and short now for the Blue Hawks. Blue Hawks, not much of a rushing team. They average about 72 yards rushing per game. Handoff up the middle, and it'll be good. Looks like,
first down.
First down, Blue Hawks. And so the Blue Hawks have seen something they like as Simonson again picks up the yardage and the first down. And the ball marked at the Dickinson about the 38-yard line. Sorry, Mike.
I said that looked like Isaac Tolan going in. Is that 98 or 99? No, it's 99. He is right. He's our left tackle. He's a freshman out of Great Falls, Montana.
Warm afternoon, about 66 actual temperature, but that time, no yardage, maybe even a loss of 1 or 2 in the play as the Bulldog front line was ready for that one.
Last week, as you said, they had a tough time rushing. They didn't have any rushing yards net. For every yard they gained, they also lost in other rushing attempts.
I think they had plus 35 and minus 35.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. No gain on that. So 2nd and 10, Blue Hawks. Back to pass, and Sanders pass into I can't say into the dirt.
No, not on the turf.
Into the turf.
But he threw that right at the foot of the receiver because, Tyler Walker was right on the receiver.
Tyler Walker leads the Frontier in sacks and about ready to add another one to the mix.
Beaverhead County High School grad.
A graduate student. He had 1 quarter of 1 semester of eligibility left, and he took it.
Going to get a little pressure here? A little bit.
Here comes the Bulldogs, and there is the pass. And a wide open receiver, but it went right through his hands. He was wide open.
Romeo Simpson on the coverage, but the receiver got outside him.
Looks like it was Wyatt Faircloth. Is that number 11?
I think so.
Must be one of those dual number things.
Soldotna, Alaska. Soldotna's down on the Kenai Peninsula. Pretty good punt.
I have no idea where that is. Eli Norse, brought down instantaneously. Good recovery.
Good tackle there. Is that Riley Klein?
I think so.
Miles City, Montana.
Custer County product.
Yeah. And now we're going to see the Michael Palandri
show with co-starring Jake Humphrey, maybe. See who's the running back.
Jake is back. He missed a game, and he was back at full tilt, and he's out there today.
And, of course, the receiving crew of Eli Norris, John Kirkley, Matt here, the tight end, and Seth Shook.
Passed for 358 yards last week.
He's not going to pass this time. Jake Humphrey's going to get the ball, and he brings it up to about the 25-yard line.
Jackson Wicker on the tackle, another Miles City, Custer County High School product.
Another Montana school that's represented by both schools very well is Broadwater County.
Townsend. Yeah.
Second and 6 now. Palandri back to pass for the Bulldogs, and he's got Shook wide open. and there's no way they are going to catch him. And on the second play of the game, the Bulldogs score. They put points on the board, 6-0.
80 yards. And Seth got behind the defensive back, and that poor kid didn't have a chance to catch him. 11:48.
And what'd you say? That was an
80-yarder from the 20.
You know, we got to see a little bit of Shook last year when he was filling in for injuries, and he put on quite a show as a freshman. I think he's earned his place as a varsity starter.
Yeah. And there's Jackson Berkler. He has been perfect on PATs this year, or this season so far. And last week he was the Frontier Conference Special Teams Player of the game, or of the week. He had 3 PATs and he had 2 field goals, including a 47-yarder, longest field goal in this in the Frontier Conference this season.
And we'll be back and talk more Frontier football after this on the Bulldog Sports Network. Bulldogs on the board first, 80-yard touchdown strike from Palandry to Shook. 80 yards, point PAT is good, and Bulldogs on just the second play of their first possession score.
Now, this is the second kickoff. The first kickoff was the first kickoff I've seen from Berkeley that didn't go into the end zone, and the fair catch moved the ball out to the 25-yard line. See what we do here. Yeah. Gonna let that one go.
Yeah.
Well, one hop and out.
The one cheerleader down there, right next to the Bulldog sign.
Yeah, get your hands up.
Yeah.
You were open, young lady.
Yeah, you could have got at least out of the end zone.
Yeah. Berkeley is the younger brother of a varsity basketball player, Jackson Berkeley, for the Bulldogs. So we probably will have the Berkeley family here for lots of games.
Well, and I asked Coach Norse, I said, did he have anything to do with recruiting? And Ryan did, of course, claim credit.
Oh, yeah. I did. Actually, I met him last year. He was here after a basketball game.
1st and 10, Blue Hawks quarterback keeper, and Sanders goes, maybe picked up a yard. Let's see where they mark it. Well, I guess they're going to give him 2, so he got decent 2.5. They're going to give him decent yardage. What do you say? At least 3 or 4 yards on first carry?
Yeah, that's that opens up your playbook.
So 2nd and 8.5 for the Blue Hawks, trailing 7-0. First quarter, 11:18 to play in the first quarter. Sanders back to pass. Now he's going to keep it again, and he finds yardage this time, and he almost broke it. Saving tackle there was Connor Donnelly. He was between Sanders and a touchdown. So obviously they saw something in the last series, that they saw something that a quarterback keeper would open up. So Sanders...
When he got through the offensive line, they blocked perfectly for him. Run again.
Well, and that's not Sanders. That's another quarterback. That is number 2, Hudson Grovem. And, you know, interesting enough, he's from Helena, Montana. I wonder if his dad is Jason Grovem, who was the longtime Carroll quarterback. So Grovem, if he's anything like his dad or uncle or any relation, he's got a good motor. So 2nd and 6 for the Blue Hawks, and here's another quarterback keeper.
Oh, look, they don't have the tush push. They've got the guard pull. And he pulled the quarterback out of one tackler and into another one.
Well, Riley Martello is changing things up a little bit. Here comes the substitution, and he's got maybe got a little more size up front. 3rd and 3.5 for a Blue Hawk first down with Grovem at quarterback.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let him do it again.
And around. Oh, and Grovem tried to hand off, but he tripped on the 45-yard line.
Well, that was a good fake. Bulldog defensive end went for the fake. I guess a defensive tackle.
And here comes the Blue Hawk punting team. And boy, I tell you, it's that series a lot different than the first series with Sanders, with Grovem at quarterback. Grovem, 6'1", 205-pound sophomore, played his high school ball at Helena Capital. Oh, and it was a fake.
Yeah.
I was looking at the roster, and it was a fake. So deception gets the Blue Hawks all the way down to the Bulldog 34-yard line. Sneaky, 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 and it worked. Well, and you figure with someone who has the credentials of Coach Stanton, you figure that's in the bag of tricks somewhere. So 1st and 10 Blue Hawks after the fake punt results in a nice long gain, and a Blue Hawk first down in Bulldog territory. This time handoff to Simonson, and he finds nice yardage. So the Bulldogs having a little trouble with the rushing attack of the Blue Hawks.
And this is a little unusual for the Blue Hawks. They're not normally known as a great rushing team, but so far they've been awfully good out there.
And the Bulldogs only give up about 134 yards a game in rushing. So 2nd and 2. Grovem, now he's going to come back to pass, and in and out of his hands. Ball was intended for, as we look up here, Chase Selly, and it was in and out of his hands.
Romeo Simpson with the strip, I think, saving that touchdown. Well, he got open pretty quickly. The ball was just a little underthrown.
So you think the Bulldogs decided to take a quick nap after that quick touchdown?
And it's Grovem back as quarterback, isn't it?
Yeah. I wonder if Sanders got hurt or if this was designed to do it. Grovem with the quarterback keeper. He's going to be short of a first down.
And now a flag. Or is it going to be now another one?
And he looked right at a Bulldog player when he did it.
That's as high as I've ever seen a flag thrown. Now let's listen.
Oh no, it looks like it's on.
Boy, Dickinson started to walk back, but they've stopped.
Oh, both fouls on the Bulldogs.
Yeah. First one was a
personal
foul.
And the second one, we saw it happen because as a kid walked by, he slapped himself on the chest. He said, "That one's on me." And I was thinking the penalties have plagued the Bulldogs.
Did he get the boot? I believe he did.
That's Mufich.
That's Mufich. He took his helmet off, slammed it on the ground, and now he's taking his gear off.
So first and goal for the Blue Hawks with the aid of a couple of interesting penalties.
And, of course, we weren't down there. We don't know exactly what was said or what was done.
Mufic is a key cog in that Bulldog defense.
Yeah, leading tackler in a couple of the ball games this season.
Sometimes emotions get the best of you. As I remember, if he's ejected, he's got to sit out a half next week too. I'm not sure exactly what the ruling is, but it's.
Oh, and he didn't.
He didn't get very far. Hand off to Simonson. Simonson tried the interior of the Bulldog defensive line and didn't get very far. Getting up off the very bottom of the pile is Isaac Toland, the freshman from Great Falls that Mike talked about earlier.
He's not on our depth chart, but he certainly looks like he's looking good right now.
So third down, or well, second. They got second, or did they just forget to move? I guess it is second down. Second and goal, and here comes Grovem, and he's going to roll into the end zone all by himself. So Grovem, the sophomore out of Helena, puts the Blue Hawks on the scoreboard. And that was about a 3-yard run. .552 on the clock.
And that one is good.
So, our score, Montana Western 7, Dickinson State 7. Back with the kickoff after this on the Bulldog Sports Network. We're back at Bulldog Stadium, and Mike, this is something that is echoing what Coach North said yesterday. Is he didn't really know what to expect from the Blue Hawks because they lost so much through graduation, and the Bulldog defense having a little trouble.
Yeah, they did. You're right.
We're not so sure about the penalty, what exactly was said. We know that the Bulldog player was ejected.
Coach Norris is not quite leaning over yet. When he gets pretty excited, he walks with a decided lean to one side. Right now, a little dejected. Eli Norris going back for the kickoff, and Kirkley is out there as well.
Well, so is also out there
Eric Buck.
Yeah. Summer Washington product. So Kirkley and Buck up on about the 15-yard line, and Norse back on the 4.
And this is Ty Nelson, the place kicker. And something wrong here with the
football?
Or
the clock, game clock or something? Well, they're looking for someone to talk to. Head official and the side judge. And they're kind of wandering,
Looking for Michael Filing, our athletic director.
Michael's happy his Mariners won their division.
I think it was his birthday yesterday.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, he got a good birthday present.
Yeah.
Won their division, and his mom is sending he and his brother to the first round game. I'm not sure what that was all about, but we got the high thumb sign from Mr. Filing, so I guess we're good to go. I see Terry Haverfield way back underneath the bleachers.
Outstanding photographer.
Yes. Pretty good cook, too. Remember the chicken soup
Yes.
she brought us?
Unique lineup here. They finally move into the spot.
And here comes the kick. End over end. Norse takes it at the 4, up to the 10, the 15, the 20. And that's where it ends, as he is stopped by Zeus Garcia from Townsend, Montana. So, all tied up at 7. Bulldogs through the air. Bulldogs through the air on their scoring drive, and the Blue Hawks on the ground.
It's what you'd expect from the Bulldogs, but not so much from the Blue Hawks.
So brand new ball game, 7-7 the score. Palandri handing off to Humphreys, and Humphreys not going very far. Somebody lost a bandage or something.
It's his glove.
Oh, pickup of about 1.5 yards. So good play by the interior of the Blue Hawk defense. Second and 9. Palandri now back to pass. He's got another wide open. He had Shook again, but a little too long. Seth needed to be about 6'11" to catch that one.
Palandri throws such a nice tight spiral.
So Blue Hawk defense tightening up. I think Palandri got a little more pressure that time from the front of Wyatt Anderson, Chase Waters, and Dylan Dahlgren. So 3rd and 9, Montana Western, deep in their own territory.
Ooh.
Oh, and he is sacked. With the sack for the Blue Hawks is Dylan Dahlgren.
Excellent coverage downfield here, right at about the 40-yard line. All 3 receivers from the left ended up within about 10 yards of each other. That's not the way it's drawn out.
No.
And now, punting from right at the
1 yard line.
Yeah.
Oh, gets a nice kick away. And no return. Nice coverage by the Bulldogs. In on the stop was Aiden Baker, along with, I believe, Tyler Shonen also there.
And then number 22 made the first hit. That's Reese Stanich. And he is a senior. He's worked his way up from special teams, red shirt, and then special teams.
Well, and sometimes you want your best athletes on special teams.
Yep.
So
of course, he's starting as a linebacker out there. He's a little undersized, though.
1st and 10 Bulldogs, or excuse me, I'm going to get the teams right, Rhett. 1st and 10 Blue Hawks from their own 40-yard line, decent field position. And Grover remains at quarterback, and he fakes toss and finds yardage right up the middle. He kind of, Jason is his dad. He kind of looks that way, and that was the tush push.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of offensive linemen behind Grovem, and Grovem lost his helmet.
I think he has to sit,
Got to sit out of play. And back in for the Blue Hawks is Chase Or not. It's not Marcus Sanders.
Jace Freeze.
I'm wondering if Sanders got hurt.
From Flasher, North Dakota. And I'm telling you, this is a huge metropolitan area. About 200 people live there.
Wow.
And he went to school. It's in Morton County, but he went to Flasher High School. Oh, nice pass.
First and 10. Oh, and he breaks a tackle away. Bulldogs sloppy tackling. And that ball caught by Chase Saley, who's listed as a defensive back unless they've changed numbers on us.
Do they have two numbers?
Up here, they've just got one number 9. But it's good for about an 8-yard pickup. So 2nd and 2, Blue Hawks on the move again. They found some openings in what was a tight Bulldog defense.
Oh.
Off and right up the middle for a Blue Hawk first down, getting up off the bottom of the pile. Simonson and the Bulldogs do not have an answer, no matter whether it's through the air or whether it's on the ground from the Blue Hawk offense.
And Justin Vella, he lost his helmet and had to go out. Tell you, this front line for the Blue Hawks, Thompson, Simmons, Lunick, Vella, and Swanson have done remarkable work here in this first period.
Yeah, they pretty much own that Bulldog front. 1st and 10, Blue Hawks from the Bulldog 35-yard line. All tied up at 7, 2:33 left to play in the first quarter.
This time the Bulldogs held a little bit better.
And up off the bottom of the pile, way there's a red shirt down there somewhere. Last one up, and that was Shonen, I believe.
Yeah.
Tyler Shonen, the sophomore from Chinook, Montana, redshirt sophomore.
When I tackled in high school, I was always on the bottom of the pile because the running back was just running right over me. Couldn't see my number. Could hardly see me.
2nd and 8 now for the Blue Hawks in Bulldog territory at the 33. And Grovem, quarterback keeper up the middle. He picks up a couple of yards, but not much, as they're getting up quickly off the pile with Stanton. Reese Stanton, the Bozeman redshirt senior, right there for stopping a couple-yard gain. And now it is 3rd, and we'll call it 6. And remember, the last time they didn't convert on 3rd down, but converted a big gain on 4th down with a trick-up play by the Blue Hawks. 3rd and 6. Grovem remains at quarterback.
Only 3 down linemen.
Oh, and they tried the end around, and having trouble with the ball was Jackson Wicker. And when he contained the ball, the Bulldogs caught up to him, and that forced about a couple yards loss.
And that's Stanish again, number 22, 5'9" senior out of Bozeman High School.
You think the Bulldogs are going to be a little leery? Or are they going to go? Oh, looks like are they going to go? Yep, they're going to go for it. 4th down for the Blue Hawks.
Oh, see, that's what they tried to do, is draw them offside. But I don't know whether they broke the plane, but 63 for the Blue Hawks certainly did jump offside.
And remember, there's that new rule where if the defense is acting to try a non-football move to get the offensive line moving, it becomes a 5-yard penalty against the defense. But let's see what they do.
Offsides defense. Didn't give him a first down, however. Oh, the Bulldogs.
It's close.
Those Bulldog linemen, they should know better. They're a talented, very strong crew. Manny Voorhees from Nampa, Idaho. He's filling in for Mufich. Getting a real taste of play.
So 4th and about 3 for a Blue Hawk first down. They are marked at the Bulldog, about the 27-yard line, around in there, 26-yard line. We'll call it 27. And they're trying to draw him off again.
Yeah.
And Grovem just standing there. I'm surprised one of the Bulldogs doesn't just pull out a book and start reading it. And they're letting the play clock go down. It's at 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and nobody moves. So we're going to see a field goal attempt by Ty Nelson.
It's the end of the first period.
Okay.
We'll see if they decide to
kick it
down there.
Okay, so 1 quarter in the books. It's Montana Western 7, Dickinson State 7. Back with the second quarter after this on the Bulldog Sports Network. At Bulldog Stadium getting ready for the beginning of the second quarter, and we're still wondering Grovem is out there. Do they get a fresh 25 seconds too, I believe. Oh, I get you. They weren't just waiting. They were waiting for the clock to run out so they could have a fresh clock. So 4th and 3. For the Blue Hawks. Grovem, shotgun position. He's back to pass.
Oh, he's open.
Oh, in and out of his arms. Good defense.
That's Romeo Simpson again. That's 2 times, 2 strips. And I think he has saved 2 touchdowns.
And I think that was Samaji Clark, who was the intended receiver over there.
So the Bulldogs just were handed a gift.
Romeo has been playing good ball.
Mm-hmm. Good kid. Looks like Humphrey out there with Palandri.
They've got the last home game, they played 3 different running backs.
Oh, look at Matt in motion.
Humphrey avoids 1 tackle and picks up some yardage. He's got about 3 on that carry. I think they're going to mark him at about they're going to mark him at the 29-yard line. You know, this will make you happy. Coach Norse told me that production of the tight ends is almost what this year has been the last 5 years.
Yeah. Well, Matt does a great job. And then you've got Rasmussen. Is it Mason Rasmussen?
Yes.
They say he is a fine receiver and a blocker.
Palandri rolling out, and
that's Matt right there, isn't it?
2 here. And he's down to about the 34-yard line, so he is 5 yards, 4.5 short from the first down. So it looks like Bulldog offense just trying to take the little shots.
Yeah. That was Rustin Mendenwald on the tackle from Mandan, North Dakota.
That's a historic town.
Yeah. The Braves. We haven't.
Blandry back to pass again. And open, Eli Norse. Norse jiggles past one defender, and then he scores.
And a flag down.
Off, so
way behind.
So it's got to be holding where that flag is. And Eli Norse is saying, are you kidding? We'll see. It looks, the offensive line moving backwards. So this will be 10 yards the other way. Oh. Block in the back.
Yeah.
That's still a 10. Is that a 10-yard or a 15?
That's a big one, isn't it?
I think so. And I don't think they really needed to do that way on the other side over there. So Bulldogs kicking themselves
in the butt.
Yeah,
that's what you meant to say. Posterior.
Third and a trip to Melrose for dinner at your favorite restaurant is how far the Bulldogs have to go for a first down. So great defense, silly mistake by the Bulldogs, and good defense by the Blue Hawks.
Empty backfield.
Palandri chased out of the pocket, looking for a receiver, and he finds Kirkley, and Kirkley got holy moly! I didn't know which thing to say except John Kirkley. He didn't care that it was third down and forever.
I was just thinking we hadn't
called
his name other than that moment he was back to on the receiving team.
Remember our game against Northern a few weeks ago? He was our Sparky's offensive player of the game. So nice rollout by Palandri, a nice way for Kirkley to get himself open, and a end around to Norse. He finds a little room on the side and knocked out of bounds. And that looks like that was Jackson, or wrong
that was
side.
Trey Gary on the tackle from Havre, Montana. Again, Coach Stanton's Montana connection. You know, Coach Stanton was the athletic director, and for years he was the men's track and field coach.
And won 2 or 3 national championships. Yeah. Nice guy, too. 2nd and 5 now. Bulldogs. Palandri quick out right through the hands of Shook and out of bounds. And that Dickinson coach, or ball boy, I can't see who it is on the far side, was wide open. So,
and, of course, that crew put together by Donnie Keltz, and they were honored by the Frontier Conference for their not only their longevity as a crew together, but the good job that they do in every home ball game for the Bulldogs and for the Beavers.
They can't catch a ball, though.
Well, Donnie Keltz was a basketball player. This ball's funny shape to him.
Palandri pass to Norse. Norse eludes one tackler, and I think he's going to pick up the first down. Yep, he does. Nice bit of catch, yak as they call it, yards after catch.
Now, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing this right, but that is Jack Hartman from Petaluma, California.
Yep, that's right. You say it.
That is the home of Lloyd Bridges, father of Bo and Jeff.
And
the Sea Hunt guy.
Yeah. The younger crew has no idea what you're talking about with Sea Hunt. But
remember how funny he was in Airplane?
Yeah. Palandri, another short one to Norse. Norse just wiggles his way through the Blue Hawk defenders and picks up about 8 yards or so?
Brought down by Shell Osborne, Laurel, Montana, Laurel Locomotive. He's been to Dillon a couple of times.
And he's going to take a little break on the sidelines, and his partner Rico Figueroa is going to take over, give Eli a break on the side. Figueroa from Aiea, Hawaii. Same place as Romeo Simpson. Same high school. Humphrey, he'll pick up the first down as he falls down to the 10-yard line. Maybe it depends on where they mark it. It could be the 9-yard line. Nope, the official's foot is like halfway between the 10 and the 9.
And is it a left foot spot or a right foot spot?
It looked like a right foot spot.
Yeah. Those two guys are from Hawaii. I believe, well, in the old days, Hawaii only had one school district. The whole state.
Wow. Handoff up the middle. And that's, I think, was that Lammers?
That's Aiden Lammers.
Lammers is a 6-foot redshirt freshman out of Shepherd, Montana.
Who else do we know from Shepherd?
Well,
Tanner
Harrell.
Harrell. Yeah.
Hi, Tanner, if you're listening.
Great shot putter, by the way. Had to toss in a little track coach and stuff.
2-yard gain on that, so it's 2nd and goal. Make that touchdown to Norse as he was open in the corner of the end zone.
Now that was thread in the needle. That ball may very well have gone over just slid past the helmet of the defender.
Well, he threw to the outside. He threw to his outside arm.
And only Eli could make a play on the ball. .907.
And that was about an 8-yard TD strike. Yeah. And the kick is up and good. So with 9:07 remaining in the first half, it's Bulldog. Did he miss that? They've got 13 up there. I thought he made it.
Now they're talking. If he missed
They're saying no.
Oh, he missed it. That's the very first one for the season.
Now they're saying 14. Now 14's up there.
Yeah, and they're going to have to correct that one.
I think he was talking about a penalty. I think somebody was saying a penalty. Anyway, regardless, it's Bulldogs 14, Dickinson State 7. Back with more action in the second quarter on the Bulldogs Sports Network. We are back at Bulldog Stadium. Frontier Conference football, a non-divisional game between the Montana Western Bulldogs, ranked 9th in the country, and number 20, Dickinson State. Next week, both teams will begin divisional play.
It was kind of unique that the Bulldogs played Montana Tech in the first game in Butte, and a conference rival for years, and it was a non-conference game. It didn't count towards our.
No, divisional. They don't call it conference anymore. They're changing our rhetoric. Okay.
Oh, just short of going through the end zone.
Also today, we have number 25 College of Idaho at number 6 Montana Tech. That'll be a good one. Rocky Mountain at number 18 Carroll. Southern Oregon, who received votes, didn't make the top 25. They're at Dakota State in South Dakota. Arizona Christian at Mayville State. Simpson University of California at Valley City State. And Eastern Oregon at MSU Northern. MSU Northern still searching for that first victory.
And this is the time to play them because the weather's nice. When it gets cold up there. Jeez.
Bulldogs don't seem to have an answer to what the Blue Hawks are doing up front as another nice gain. And Grovem remains at quarterback. He wasn't even listed on the depth chart of the Blue Hawks that they sent down, which I'm thinking a depth chart from the coaches is like their doodles at a meeting. I don't think it really means anything.
Well, I can remember appearing on the program at Plains High School as 5'6", 135 pounds. I weighed barely 110 pounds. Coach Hash could lie with the best of them.
2nd and 6 now for the Blue Hawks. Handoff and lots nice first down yardage by Jackson Simonson. And he wasn't listed on the Blue Hawks depth chart. And we haven't seen much of the other running backs.
Voorhees, Manny, it says Voorhees the 4th out of Columbia High School in Nampa, Idaho. And I'll tell you what, they're using all of the defensive linemen they can find.
They're put a fresh 4 in there.
Yeah. Sione's in there.
1st and 10 Blue Hawks from their own 38-yard line.
Sakalia is also in there. A couple of big kids. Everybody shifted.
And was there, it all stopped, so I'm guessing.
Timeout.
Okay. Somebody on the Dickinson side didn't like what was going on, so we've got timeout on the field. But we're going to keep it right here and talk about what's happening Bulldog schedule-wise. Don't forget the Bulldog Fall Rodeo going on this weekend, and you can go to the Short Go performance tonight at 7 p.m. over at the Beaverhead County Fairgrounds. Bulldog Volleyball is home next weekend, hosting MSU Northern and the University of Providence. And Bulldog Cross Country travels to Pocatello, Idaho next Friday for the Bengal Invitational. And then the Bulldog Bash.
Coming up.
The Celts Arena, Saturday, October 11th. It's after the Carroll game. Join us for a night of fun, food, and fundraising for all student athletes at Western. Tickets and schedule information will be coming out soon. There will also be a home football game, as we mentioned, Carroll at 1 o'clock, preceded by a tailgate at Bulldog Stadium. And that's next week, or Saturday.
2 weeks.
Saturday, October 11th, the Bulldog Bash. Yeah. And it is 1st and 10 Blue Hawks. Gun block in motion for the Blue Hawks, and Grovem is going to keep it, and he's going to lose yardage as he was dropped in the backfield. And getting up off the bottom of the pile was Shonen, along with Manny Varias, the 4th. You know, when I lived in Nampa, they did not have a Columbia High School.
No, they didn't.
It was just Nampa High School. That whole Treasure Valley has grown immensely.
There's 500,000 people, I'll bet you, in the valley.
2nd and 10.
Boy, they're rushing.
Oh, and a quick hitter right up the middle, and it picks up nice yardage. And getting up off the bottom of the pile, we have Jackson Wicker.
He's another Miles City kid, isn't he?
Yeah.
Coach did some traveling across eastern Montana.
I don't think he had to go very far from Dickinson, though, for Miles City, did he?
No.
Grovem and once again to Wicker, and he finds open ground. Oh, and a saving tackle by Stanich, or Wicker had a touchdown.
That's Connor Dunley, number 20, isn't it?
I mean, he was through that line like a bullet out of a gun.
Well, if they're experimenting by putting in different players to find a good combination, they better do it pretty quickly.
Yeah. Well, it's like Coach North said. He has no idea what to expect from them with all the new players filling roles of all those starters. And Wicker gets it again, only this time the Bulldog defenders are waiting for him. And coming up off the bottom of the pile was Maloli. He was first one in. Also in there was Liam Rowe. So little minor adjustment, and it worked that time. Just about a yard gain.
Notice that you have 3 down linemen, and they've got 5 linebackers about 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. They're filling the holes. I don't think they're reading the tackles anymore. They're just stepping up and fill the hole.
2nd and 9. Hand off to Wicker again, and oh no, that wasn't Wicker. That was Simonson, and he picks
Blow the
up,
whistle. Sorry.
Boy, they're letting him play.
And they're just letting it go too long.
Well, picked up a first down, so the ground attack, which Dickinson has been famous for a lot of years, is getting yards against this highly touted Bulldog defense, which is struggling in this first half.
Caden Houle in from Trenton, North Dakota. Little tiny school.
Grover remains at quarterback. And handoff to Simonson. He goes nowhere this time.
Yeah, they filled the hole very, very quickly. And that looked like Isaac Tolan, but I'm not sure.
Well, looks like they've replaced one offensive lineman with another. One offensive tackle goes out and another one comes in.
John Whitmore out of Park City, Montana. Just this side of Laurel.
2nd and 9, Blue Hawks from the Bulldog 32. And Grovem winds his way down. Now, if that is Jason Grovem's son, he reminds me a lot of his dad. His dad did that too. Because that's another.
That's a first down, isn't it? Yeah.
I like to be in the locker room among the defensive coaches at halftime for the Bulldogs, trying to put their heads together, figuring out a way that they can stop these guys. 2:58 left to play in the first half. Bulldogs with a 7-point lead, 14-7.
Four down linemen this time.
Grovem, quarterback keeper again. And, good play on the outside by Brady Mounts. Brady Mounts just to shoot, just kind of reached out enough to throw him off of balance.
And we talked about Mounts before the ball game. He's the last of the Mount sons. I believe he is. I thought maybe there was a younger one, but.
We've got timeout on the field. We'll take a quick timeout and be back with more football on the Bulldog Sports Network. At Bulldog Stadium, 2:37 left to play in the first half. Blue Hawks on the move. They've moved with relative ease on the ground versus the Bulldogs. Haven't thrown it once this drive, and they are now down at the Bulldog about the 22-yard line. And there's a pass out, And good defense by the Bulldogs. And I believe that was Mounts who hit him first. Nope, that was Stanton who got him first. And then the rest of the Bulldog defenders rolled in.
That's Andrew Humphrey, isn't it? Number 2?
That's who it is.
That is
Jake's
younger brother, yeah.
And the Blue Hawks call it another timeout, so it is 3rd and 10.
Norris called the timeout.
Oh.
He's trying to save a little bit of time. And I did find Marcus Sanders on the sideline. He's got his helmet off.
Got to remind everybody we're going to be chatting with Bob Beers, former Bulldog coach, coach of a couple of championship teams, quite the resume. But we're going to be talking about a friend of ours, Tom Yaris, who we are looking at what he dreamed of 30-some years ago.
Yeah.
And we'll be talking about that at halftime. When we get done with the chat, Mike will have stats, have the leaders of what happened. But as most coaches say, the only numbers I care about on the stat sheet are the ones in the scoring
on the scoreboard,
column.
yeah.
And I want my numbers to be bigger than the other guys. And I attribute that quote to Mick Dennehy. So 3rd and 10 from the Bulldog 20. Grovem. Back to pass. And he's being chased out of the pocket. He's running further and further, and finally he just throws it away. And
that has to be intentional grounding, doesn't it?
Well, it depends on where the receiver is. The official was pulling out his yellow flag.
Yeah, there's no receiver over there. The flag is on the field.
So good
that
defensive play by the Bulldog front four, chasing Grovem out of the pocket, and instead of enduring about a 25-yard loss, he just tossed it away, which is a 15-yard penalty and loss of down.
And 5 yards from the spot of the foul. So that puts him clear back to the 43.
Still in Bulldog territory, but a lot further back than they were. And here comes the kicker. We'll see what kind of foot he has, or if he's going to punt. Norse is heading back there in punt formation. I guess, well, that would put him with
that'd be a long
70-yard field goal. So punt away. Norse will call a fair catch as it rolls into the end zone.
Smart play. Anytime I would be beyond the 10-yard line, I'd call fair catch and get the heck out of the way, hoping the ball, as it did, would roll into the end zone.
Well, the Bulldog defense, I guess you could describe them as bending but not breaking on that last Dickinson series, and when they needed it, they got pressure.
Yeah, and they didn't let the didn't see the pass.
So 1st and 10 Bulldogs now. They have the ball at their own 20-yard line. 2:13 to play with as the first half runs down. Palandri back to pass. Chased out of the pocket, and he finds Norse wide open. Norse makes one move and hits a foot race, and they all the way down to the Dickinson 20-yard line.
60-yard pass?
60-yard pass.
And I'll tell you what, Eli, one of the fastest players in the conference, was caught from behind. That nice pass.
Palandri just, he just kind of rolled his way out and found room. And do you think that's a Bulldog timeout? Must be. Ryan Norse with his offense gathered around him. That only took 13 seconds off the clock, so 2 minutes remain. Oh, this is the 2-minute timeout.
Yep.
The 2-minute timeout. It's been an interesting game so far, Mike, but we're gonna let Tad do something because he wants to push a button, and we'll be back after this on the Bulldog Sports Network. Bulldog Stadium. Bulldogs still gathered around head coach Ryan Norris in his 12th season as the Bulldog head coach. Of course, he was here for 3 years, and then stepped aside as athletic director, but then decided when the coaching vacancy occurred again, he wanted to get back to coaching. So Bulldogs in the red zone, 1st and 10 from the Dickinson 20.
Here they come.
Palandri open for Shook, and Shook gets the touchdown. Seth Shook, 20-yard TD pass from Michael Palandri.
Boy, that one. He made that one look easy. Palandri again with the perfect spiral.
And I tell you, the Dickinson defender was on
on roller skates.
Yeah.
I don't know what Norris said in that huddle, but it worked.
So Berkeley back to kick for the Bulldogs. Kick is up, and kick is good. So with 1:55 left to play in the first half, it's Bulldogs 21, Blue Hawks 7. Back with the Bulldog kickoff after this on the Bulldog Sports Network.
He starts throwing it to somebody
We
else.
are back at Bulldog Stadium.
I'm not sure what just fell there, but
well, it was Tad was so excited by that Bulldog touchdown, he dropped his phone. It's a good thing it's got a protective case on it. So Berkeley back to kick off after kicking the extra point. 1:55 left to play, first half. And nobody, well, there's somebody on the other side over there. I'm not sure what they're doing. They got a tripod set up, and they just got seats. They're watching the game. Okay.
You know, if you want a good seat, I think the JC berm over here, that is very distinctive. Do you remember Rocky? You could sit on the grass years ago at Rocky and watch the ball game from a fairly comfortable spot. And so now you can do it here with the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and it won't be long before the other side has their grandstand too. So 1st and 10, Blue Hawks. They have 1:55 to play with. Grovem remains at quarterback. And, nope, now they got a new quarterback in. Okay.
Is it Freeze?
Yep,
yeah, it's Jace Freeze out of Flasher, North Dakota.
So I'm guessing that Marcus Sanders must have been injured, and they tried the running approach with Grovem. Now Freeze must be the better passer. And he
certainly made a great pass there.
Right in the arms of the receiver, Samaji Clark.
Now
that was Kobe Smith catching that one. So 1st and 10, and quickly the Blue Hawks are on the Bulldog side of the field at the 43-yard line.
Norris doesn't like the prevent defense, but he does loosen up a little bit, hoping that no one gets behind him.
And another nice throw and catch. This time, Cale Gunlock with the pass for the Blue Hawks.
Stanich with that first contact, and then Jace Fitzgerald, that's the first time we've mentioned number 18 today.
Freeze back to pass, and he's open for the first down over there. And I think that's, I think that Adrian Calderon is the recipient of that first down catch over there. So last time it was right down the field via the run. Now they're moving right down the field via the pass. Of course, they have a new quarterback in. You said Flasher, North Dakota, 200 people?
Yeah, something like that.
Which part of North Dakota?
It is. Flasher is in Morton. I think it's the far northwestern county in the state.
Freeze back to pass. Here comes the,
And he was open, wasn't he?
wide open. So it didn't take him long to get down there. Jackson Whitaker on that one, and it's first and goal. Yeah. Are they on the 11? Nope, first and goal. And just like that,
he didn't get in.
Boy, the Bulldogs have no answer to the all-of-a-sudden passing attack of the Blue Hawks.
That's Fitzgerald on the stop right at the 1 yard line.
So timeout on the field, and now do you see Grovem come back in? Well, whoever it is will be selecting a Sparky's player at the game at the end of it. We'll go offense, defense, and special teams. And speaking of Sparky's, after the game, stop at Sparky's Bar and Grill and treat your palate to a great selection of mouth-watering items. Choose from 4 different burgers or 4 different sandwiches. And if you haven't tried it yet, add Sparky's mac and cheese to your order. Their specialty menu includes chicken fried steak or panko shrimp or jambalaya, just to mention a few. Sparky's smoked meats are unbeatable. Choose between beef brisket or pulled pork. Add a cool beverage to make your meal complete. It's all there and more. Sparky's Bar and Grill, 420 East Poindexter in Dillon, 220 East Park in Butte. Do you have a stool there too?
No. But they have a place out here on the field.
Beer garden.
In the beer garden.
Yeah.
Nice people. Really nice people there.
Well, they started this drive with 1:55 on the clock. They've moved all the way down the field, and there's 26 seconds left, and the odds are that they may add points to their score before halftime. And Grovem back in at quarterback. Yeah. And Bulldogs tighten up as they try and go right up the middle. 16 seconds on the clock.
They're going to hurry. No timeouts.
Grovem back to pass. Chased out of the pocket again. And over the head of everybody. And that's how the first half is going to end. Montana Western 21.
Wait a minute.
Or do we have a penalty?
I think he's going to say he's going to add 1 second to the clock.
Okay, so Dickinson gets a break.
Yeah, there was no containment on that left side for the Bulldogs, and he had plenty of room to roll. He might have been able to walk that one in.
So it's 4th and goal, Blue Hawks. They get another chance. Let's see if they can take advantage of it.
It's a crusher if they don't.
And they're going.
Ooh, everybody moved.
Oh, and the Bulldog defense holds. Bulldog defense holds.
And the Blue Hawks are going to take that play into the locker room.
So, halftime. Montana Western 21, Dickinson State 7. We'll be back with our chat with Bob Beers, and a little later we'll have some stats. And we'll do it all after these messages on the Bulldog Sports Network. We're back here at Bulldog Stadium. It's halftime with the Bulldogs of Montana Western leading the Bluehawks of Dickinson State 21-7. And in the studio, in the press box, Bob Beers. And Bob, welcome to the press box in the brand new Bulldog Stadium.
Well, it's great to be here, Wally.
Well, you know, you coached here, so I got to ask you.
Hold. Not here.
No. You coached in Dillon for the Bulldogs, took us to the playoffs a couple years, and I got to ask you a question, though. From a coach's point of view, how do you rate the first half?
First half is good. I said, Dickinson's got a good football team. I mean, they're not ranked because they're a bad football team. They're pretty darn good. They got some athletes, and the quarterback's giving them fits with the, quarterback power in the middle there. And then they're folding back on the inside and then pushing it. It's kind of a reverse tush push on the quarterback. But they're fighting. They're playing hard. And we came out of it at the end there unscathed, so that was good.
Well, number 2 for them, the quarterback, Grovem, I believe he is the son of a former Carroll quarterback that you might have heard of, Jason Grovem.
Yeah, I know. I was wondering if there was any relation. Then I saw, their coach is coming up, and I realized that there's a lot of connections there. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, but what we're here, we lost a good friend this spring, Tom Yeras. Tom Yeras was the he had like multiple titles while he was here.
Yeah.
Foundation director, athletic director, alumni director, travel director for trips to Europe and whatnot. But when you guys won the '94 championship, one of the things that you and Tom kind of visualized out loud was we really need a football stadium on campus. And you were looking at the area located behind campus, not where we are right now, but not that far away.
Yeah, you're in the general vicinity there. It was right behind the field house, and it was an ideal spot for a football stadium. It was, it brought the campus into play, and there's a lot of things you can do. But this is a gorgeous setting. I mean, it's beautiful. It's a really nice stadium, and there's plans to expand it in the future and put lights in. It's just a great setting, and Tom would be really excited, I'm sure, about it. We kept sending him pictures as it grew, and he kind of watched it from his house growing up, so it's turned out really nice.
Well, the interesting thing is, after we won that one championship, and you guys started talking about the stadium, there wasn't a lot of people listening, so you took a different step and improved Vigilante Field.
Right. If you can't lick them, you go underneath them and put it where you can do the most help. But facilities are so critical nowadays because a lot of players and athletes go for the facilities. What can help me be a better athlete? Is this going to be a good place to play and all of that? And facilities help. And this has been an immense addition to this campus. You can see it with the crowd here and the students. And I mean, it's just whole campus is bought into it. And that's what it's all about. It's about the experience at college.
Well, I got to ask you, tell a funny story. You've told me it a couple times how there was when at one time the PE complex, which is now called the Bark,
right.
We received a notification from, I believe, OSHA. And they
yeah.
wanted an elevator. We didn't have an elevator. and so plans were set in motion to do an elevator. Can you kind of follow that story up a little bit?
Well, I hope I can do it justice. It's one of those that the bids came in, and one bid was extremely lower than the others. And, boy, we were, really excited. And Tom says, "Can you believe this?" And, no, I don't know anything about elevators. So they built the shaft for it, but they didn't bid out the car. And the most expensive thing about the elevator is the car in the lift. So we had a shaft, and we did get the shaft on the deal because the only thing we had was a tunnel going up. And you could still put a ladder in it.
Yeah.
I guess it worked.
Well, and the story of when Tom called you up and told you to come and look at the elevator, and it was the shaft.
It was the shaft. Tom says, "Look, we got the shaft."
Well, and we get back to the things Tom did. We're seeing one of his visions right here, which has become reality. But there's so many little things that Mr. Years did to our campus in the close to 20 years that he worked here that I don't think people that didn't know him or weren't behind the scenes know exactly all the impact that he had.
Well, he called one day and said, "Hey, I just got a new building for the campus." And it was Ted Turner had the row house. It's down the highway here on 15 by the Red Rocks, and a beautiful place. But I said, "What are you going to do with it?" He said, "Going to move it." He's going to pay for the moving. So sure enough, about 3 or 4 months later, he got somebody in Butte that could move houses. They put it on campus, and they had to tilt it. And at first, I was told that they were going to cut it in half, move it one half at a time. Then the group that moved it said, "Nah, I think we can get it through there. We might have to jury rig it a little bit and gerrymander it around." But they did. They got it on, and that's the president's house now, and where the foundation office is, and beautiful building. I mean, it's gorgeous.
Well, I remember when they were starting to tilt it, and Tom said, "Can you imagine the mess if that falls over?" Big pile of wooden stuff in the middle, but the only damage it suffered was a broken window.
Yeah.
That was broken as it was coming onto campus by one of the pine branches flipping back. And that's pretty good. That was a modern, and the truck drivers driving it and backing a house in like you and I would back a U-Haul trailer in. Yeah. It was pretty amazing. But Tom, he raised the foundation's growth tremendously. It went from 6 figures to 7 figures.
And it was, the other thing is the Kelt Center. At the gymnasium, we'd always walk in there and it was dirt floor, and said, "Wouldn't this be perfect for a convention center or a multi-purpose facility?" Yeah, that's great. And then the football stadium, we needed stands. We just had that east side that were rotten out, and I think it's still the same stands. So
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. We got rid of it, right? So, but anyway, so he went and borrowed the money and did it, and I think we still owe $25,000 on it. And
I think
I presented him with a bill one day for it. So said, "You owe us $25,000."
Well, bottom line, not only was he a good friend to you and I, but what he did for Western, he was a good friend to Western in so many different areas, and we're going to miss him. But then again, when you look at Bulldog Stadium, there's Tom.
Yeah, that's it. And this is what he envisioned. The whole thing, the gym, the elevator, the
which we now have an elevator.
And he started the Bash. Bash was started by Tom, and a lot of
Golf
things.
He was started by Tom.
He was a doer. He had visions, but rather than talk about them, he did them. And that's what I liked working with him, was the most fun, because not only you're busy all the time. Fundraising and just, he's a lot of fun to work with too. He had a great sense of humor.
Well, his travel trips, we traveled to a lot of football games.
Oh yeah.
And they were an educational experience.
Yeah.
Tom always made sure that we left a day sooner than we should have.
Right.
To do a little sightseeing. I don't know if I would have seen Mount Rushmore if it hadn't been for Tom.
Yeah, well, I think somebody just turned you guys into the IRS after they heard that.
Oh,
for your travel expenses.
Yeah. Well, Bob, thanks for coming up and visiting, doing a little reminiscing of Tom. He's with us all the time now with the stadium.
Yeah.
So, and Sherry, if you're listening in Washington, hello. Thanks for listening, and go Bulldogs. And Bob, thanks for visiting. I'll let you go back down and recapture your seat.
Yeah, I know. I'm sitting next to Hanlo, so it's warm.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay,
Thanks.
Bob Beers, former football coach at Montana Western and a zealous dog supporter. And thanks for joining us. We'll be back with stats after this on the Bulldog Sports Network. We're back at Bulldog Stadium, and very quickly, Mike, you've had a chance to put your shoes and socks back on after figuring out the stats. How do the numbers look?
Well, the most important one is up on the scoreboard. It's 21-7, the Bulldogs. A surprise. Dickinson State has come up with an outstanding passing game. They've run 46 offensive plays. 18 of them have been passes. They are 8 for 14, and the touchdown, though, came off Hudson Groven's rush. Palandri got the Bulldogs on the score first with an 80-yard touchdown pass, 75-yard touchdown pass to Seth Shook. And here we go. I guess we'll have to
we can
shut me up and start the second half.
And Bulldogs will get the ball first. A short kick that goes out of bounds, which is a penalty, and that'll give the Bulldogs good field possession.
He hit that one very poorly because it was a spiral, but it was spiraling on the end. And it would hit the ground. It rolled out of bounds. What did they say? At the 15-yard line. So that'll move it clear out to the 35-yard line.
Good field position for the Bulldogs, and Ryan Norse gathers the offense and now sends them out.
I hate that penalty, by the way. Just make him kick it again.
Shook and Norse out to one side, Kirkley out to the other side, and it looks like Jake Humphrey is in the backfield with Michael Palandri, and let's go to work. Bulldogs.
And the Bulldogs only had 17 offensive plays.
And they little quick out to Jake Humphrey, and Dickinson defenders waiting for it. He only got a couple of yards on that one, so good play by the defenders of Dickinson State.
Jake is a pretty good receiver coming out of the backfield, and, of course, he is the team's leading rusher as well.
Nathan Jelnick was the linebacker who got Humphrey down for the Blue Hawks. Pickup of about 3.5 on that, and Humphrey will get it this time, and he'll just carry the ball at the middle, brought down by the Blue Hawks, and tackling for the Blue Hawks, someone who's not on our depth chart and not on the roster. I think it's 43. I don't see a 43. Maybe I'm... Anyway, nice defensive gain of only about 1.5 for the Bulldogs, so they're faced with a 3rd and long. Ball marked at their own 39-yard line, and now there's a whistle blow. I'm not sure if it was the clock, if it was something. Officials are from the Spokane area.
And we can't hear the referee when he explains the penalty. Single free safety deep. He's about 12 yards off the ball.
Palandri back to pass for the Bulldogs. Oh, right in and out of the hands of Norse. And I don't think he would have got very far even if he would have caught that one. It was a low throw.
Dickinson's really protecting against the long pass now with that single safety. He's been told just keep everybody in front of him.
So McLean back to punt for Montana Western.
And from the 39-yard line, let's see if he can get one out of bounds within the 10. Nope.
Oh, good coverage by the Bulldogs special teams.
5 tacklers.
Off the bottom of the pile for the Bulldogs is Tyson Beckles, freshman out of Pocatello, Idaho.
And Canyon Sargent there. Is that 24?
I believe so, yeah. His son of Jason.
And he is here today. I've seen Jason a couple times.
Oh, he's all of a sudden, he's here all the time.
Oh, yeah.
He's found...
And he was here quite a bit last year, too.
Yeah.
Jason, of course, a graduate of Western. I think he was a freshman when I was teaching here back in the late 1980s.
From Libby, good friend of Coach Norse from Libby.
And now he's the superintendent at St. Ignatius High School, that school district.
Handoff up the middle Good for 3 or 4 yards.
Chase Fitzgerald with the last hit on the runner.
That was Jackson Simonson, the junior from Great Falls. I'm guessing that this is almost like a game between two Montana Frontier schools. I'm sure a lot of these people have played against each other in high school as well.
Yeah.
So that was a pickup of 3. So it is 2nd and 7 Blue Hawks. Grovem back to pass and way over. Oh, it almost intercepted. Almost intercepted. Number 6 for the Blue Hawks, Adrian Calderon, went from wide receiver to defensive back.
And that's Donley. Connor Dunley. And his folks are right there.
So 3rd and 7 now for the Blue Hawks. Ball is marked at their own, about the 28-yard line. And Grovem remains in at quarterback. Grovem back to pass. Quick out. Oh, he had the receiver wide open, intended for Jackson Wicker, but a little low for Wicker, and it bounced off the ground, and that is a 3 and out for the Blue Hawks, and they'll punt it away. Ty Nelson, who also is their kicker for field goals and extra points, will be doing the punting. Kick is up, high punt, and it goes out of bounds. It looks like about, let's see, they'll mark it probably about the 35-yard line, 36-yard line of the Bulldogs. Would you call that a good kick?
That had frost on it.
Yeah.
It went way up. And no return, so.
So here comes the Bulldog offense. Forced to punt in their first second half possession.
And Palandri has not been sacked today.
Yep, he's been sacked once.
The offensive line has done a pretty good job.
And remember, they lost a whole bunch of starters last year.
All, other than Matt, at the tight end, they're all
Humphrey for about 4 yards right up the middle. I think it got him at about the 40-yard line, and then he was pushed back. Yep, right at the 40, they pushed him back, so pickup of about 4.5 for Jake Humphrey.
You know, this happened to be the alumni weekend, and we have alumni returning.
One alumni weekend, one alumni. We got all kinds of them.
Yeah, this is from the classes of 70 through 79. A little pressure.
Palandri to Norse, and the last pass to Norse was low. This one was high.
And he had the pressure on him. Probably couldn't see Eli right at the very end.
So good defense by the Blue Hawks, and it is 3rd and 7. Humphrey remains in at running back. Palandri at quarterback. 3 wideouts to one side, 1 to the other side. Now, Norse is in motion, and the ball is to Norse. He breaks one tackle, but not another one. He picks up only about a yard or 2. So good defensive play by the Blue Hawks, and that was Wyatt Faircloth, one of those players, along with Riley Waters. They had that one covered. So it's been a defensive battle this first half.
Yeah, second half.
That's what I said. Defensive battle this second half.
Boy, they hurried there fast, didn't they? Yeah, timeout.
So special teams for the Bulldogs wanted to say, now what were we supposed to do again?
Aiden Baker went sprinting out there. He's from Chalice, Idaho. You been to Chalice?
I think I've been through Chalice.
It is a beautiful setting.
That whole area up there,
Yeah.
Salmon and Chalice, is gorgeous.
You get those mountains, and it's not far from the ski runs.
Played golf at the Salmon Golf Course. Well, I put it this way. I chased a golf ball around the Salmon Golf Course. Donated a few balls to the creeks that run through the Salmon Golf Course.
My old high school track coach and industrial arts teacher, Danny French, lives just outside of Salmon. He and his wife have been there since, I would say, 1973.
So 4th and 5, here comes a Berkeley punt for the Bulldogs. Kick is away, and it's a good one. Good special teams play by the Bulldogs as they drop the Dickinson return man.
And it's my buddy from Chalice.
Made the stop.
Yeah, Aiden Baker.
Right about what'd you call that? The 12-yard line?
Well,
13-yard line, right around in there.
Yeah.
So good coverage by the Bulldogs, and it's a long field ahead for the Blue Hawks. Their second possession of the second half, and Grovem remains at quarterback. We're thinking that Marcus Sanders must have been hurt.
I think so.
In that first or second series for the Blue Hawks. Well, nope, this isn't Grovem. This is Freeze, the passer.
Jace Freeze.
I guess Coach Stanton wants to keep the Bulldog defense honest. Okay, we're going to run, then we're going to pass, and then we're going to run, and then we're not going to tell you what we're going to do next.
Look at Jacob Bundy in for the Blue Hawks.
Samaji Clark spread out wide. Brady mounts on him one-on-one. Freeze back to pass, and he's hit right when he throws it, but the receiver is wide open, and he gets big yardage, finally knocked out of bounds at the Blue Hawk 35-yard line.
And that was Fitzgerald running him down. I'll tell you what, Freeze looked off the defense. Everybody was looking to their right, and he threw behind him.
Great play by Freeze.
And those three offensive linemen got out there and
Freeze, the senior from Flasher, North Dakota, and the Blue Hawks 1st and 10 from their own 35, trailing 21-7.
yeah, now that's what you call maintaining leverage. Never got outside. Fitzgerald makes the first contact, brings him down.
Pickup of a couple. And Stanton was in there quick. Was in the backfield quick for the Bulldogs.
And Humphrey, the younger brother of Jake, is it Andrew?
Yes.
Andrew Humphrey, he's the safety out there, number 2.
And there's too far. That was Clark being defended by Mounts, and it was way over his head.
But again,
Clark is only 6 foot, so he needed to be, 6'7", 6'8", maybe to get that one.
Andrew Ulrichs, defensive back for the Bulldogs. He's a junior out of Billings, Montana. It's number 29.
3rd and 8 for the Blue Hawks. And Freeze back to pass, chased out of the pocket. He's going to run for it. He's going to pick up the first down with his feet. Nice play as he outran the Bulldog defenders barely. He picked up about 11 on that one for the first down.
And again, there's nobody out there to contain. You're just not supposed to let that runner get to the sideline because then the tacklers are all on one side. You got to keep him inside, looking towards the center of the field.
1st and 10. Dickinson from their own 47. And right up the middle, quarterback keeper goes nowhere. And that was Grovem. Bulldogs were ready for that one.
The helmet came off again. Now, that, to me, that's the third time the Blue Hawks have lost a helmet. You think the Bulldogs are yanking it off?
No comment.
Okay. Just a question.
I have no idea. I remember that happened a few years ago when John Judd was, and they were playing Carroll, and the helmet kept coming off. So who knows? Yeah. 2nd and 10 now, Blue Hawks. Freeze back in, and he had a wide open receiver over there, and that was Calderon. And, I think that was the case of he started to run before he had the ball. He turned before he had really firm control of that pass.
From your old stomping grounds, Laramie, Wyoming. Didn't you worked at Laramie for a while?
Worked for Kurt Gowdy on the radio. Back when I had brown hair. 3rd and 10. Low snap, Freeze being pressured, and he breaks through. Nope. And then he fumbles the ball. Fumble, let's see who's got it. It looks like the Bulldogs have recovered the fumble, and the Bulldogs will take over in excellent field position after a nice defensive stand.
Was that Alex Mullally out of Deming, Washington? Mount Baker High School.
So, the defense has had some big plays in this game. They ended the first half with a nice stand at the goal line.
Yeah, and Tyler Walker from right here in Dillon, he was on the bottom of that. He stopped that rush right at the very end of the first half.
So here come the Bulldogs, and I see a new running back out there. We have Aiden Lammers is in the backfield, and he gets the ball, and he bowls his way up and picks up, about 5 yards?
Yeah, well, we have someone down on the field. The officials are calling in the coach or the trainer.
And we're going to break away from that. We'll be back with more Bulldog football after this on the Bulldog Sports Network. The injured Dickinson State player helped off the field and he was almost walking, so we're not going to diagnose what happened, but he's on the sidelines now being looked to by the Dickinson State athletic trainers.
And he is sitting up, and I think
that's a good sign.
That's a good sign for me.
So Bulldogs, after the fumble recovery, have it 1st and 10 on the Dickinson 39-yard line. And it looks like Aiden Landers remains in at running back for the Bulldogs. Michael Palandri at quarterback. We have Shook and Norse and Kirkley out to one side. And I believe our tight end friend Hara on the other side in tight. nice run right up the middle. He bowled his way for some yardage on that one. That was Lammers from Shepherd, Montana. And he picks up the first down.
That tackle by Chase Salee from Power. When Northern was here, they had 2 kids from Power.
Power's it up in the high line?
It's Power Dutton Brady.
Okay.
It's
okay.
in between Conrad and Great Falls.
Palandri back to pass. He's got a wide open Seth Shook, who catches his 3rd touchdown pass of the game.
And that one, 29-yarder, 28-yarder, I'm not sure. Okay, I'm beginning to think that we're narrowing down our offensive players of the game. We're still in the 3rd quarter, but I've got a couple favorites now.
Yeah. Well, and we'll get Tad's input too. We'll make him earn all his money.
Yeah, you'll be the tiebreaker if it comes to that, young man.
Well, he helped us last week. And
yes, he did.
We were 3 for 3 according to the coaches. So,
as they say in English class, you done good.
Kirkley, the holder, Berkeley, the kicker, and the point is good. With 7:03 remaining in the 3rd quarter, it's Montana Western 28, Dickinson State 7. Back with more action on the Bulldog Sports Network. Right with the buzzer came, Mike just said, "Well, I do have eligibility.
You do. I
could be the oldest. I could be the oldest player in the Frontier Conference.
And I know why you have eligibility.
Yes, beer and other things, or I should say, lots of time in the library. I didn't have time to do anything else. Yeah, during my Western days.
Did you even know there was a second story in the library?
That was a good place to go. Okay. Berkeley will be kicking off again for the Bulldogs. Dickinson needs to get something going.
I think they're going to get... Oh.
Nope. Over the head of everybody. Drops into the end zone and rolls out of the end zone. And here come the Bulldogs defense along with the Dickinson State offense. Who's the quarterback going to be, Mike, before they get out there?
I freeze. Because
nope, it's Grovem. Well, you had a 50-50 shot.
Yeah, I was just thinking they have to get some scoring. But, of course, if he's passing and it's incomplete, the time doesn't run off the clock, they just need to get going.
So Grovem handoff up the middle, and nice yardage, about a 5-yard pickup. And I think we have another injured Dickinson player.
I hope it's nothing more than a cramp.
Well, it is warm enough out there. They could have cramps.
He's holding his...
Okay, we're going to break away, and we'll be back in a quick minute on the Bulldog Sports Network. We're back at Bulldog Stadium. Looks like the injured Dickinson player was mainly cramping out there because he walked all off the field under his own power. And we checked the temperature. It's about 74, 75 in Dillon. But I guess for on the field, on the turf, you probably want to add 5 or 6 more degrees. So it is warm out there. So Gatorade and water are the beverages of choice on the sidelines for both teams. So ball is on the 30.
And Humphrey, free safety, number 2.
Okay, we're ready to go. Oh, Groveland brought down in the backfield. And we've got an injured Bulldog.
And he ripped his helmet off immediately.
So once again, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with more on the Bulldog Sports Network. We're back at Bulldog Stadium. This time, Bulldog Devin Crow, victim of cramps out there.
It's
both a warm legs. One. Yeah, it's both legs, but he's walking off under his own power, and that's good. That's always good.
He looks like a football player to me. He just somehow he looks like a linebacker, defensive end kind of pass rusher.
So 3rd and about 12 now for the Blue Hawks, and Jace Freeze back in the game for Dickinson. I'm guessing this is a pass play as Freeze goes back, chased out of the pocket, and sacked.
And he was hit
by multiple Bulldogs.
Hit by below the knees and then buckled over backwards.
Scotty Dalen in on the stop for the Bulldogs, and so instead of going forward, the Blue Hawks went backwards. And now stepping in to punt is Ty Nelson, and he almost gets it blocked. Eli Norris calls a fair catch, and Bulldogs another good opportunity. Want to remember, we will be choosing Sparky's players of the game at the conclusion of today's game, an offense, a defense, and a special teams player. And, you know, Sparky's a good place to go after the game for something to eat, something to drink, good food, and good friendly people. Love the people at Sparky's. Nice place to go, and they are our sponsors of our player of the game. Michael Palandri in at quarterback. Hands off to, a little fake to Lambers, and there's your tight end, buddy. Here gets it, and he's hit immediately by a Dickinson linebacker.
That's Riley Waters. Sydney, Montana.
And he's
Number
right
40,
there.
42.
Of course, Sydney, Guy Melby country over there.
Yes.
Another Bulldog Hall of Famer. So no gain on that. 2nd and 10 now. Palandri, long count. Dickinson showing blitz, but avoid it. Now Palandri chased out of the pocket and hits Norse. And Norse out of bounds after the first down.
Brought down by Chase Salee. First down, though, huh?
Yeah, nice yak yardage for Norse.
Power Dutton Brady, I believe they hosted a state championship Class C football game a few years ago against Medicine Lake Freud.
1st and 10, Bulldogs. Short snap, but Palandri controls it. Now he tosses, and almost intercepted.
I think it was intercepted.
Yeah, they're going to say intercepted by the Blue Hawks.
That bounced off the defender and the Bulldog receiver and bounced into the hands of a defensive back for...
Michael Palandri doesn't throw very many interceptions.
No.
He's pretty accurate, but he got a little help that time from it bouncing off the shoulder pads of his intended receiver. So it will be 1st and 10 Blue Hawks. Ball marked at their own 13-yard line. Oh, no, excuse me, 7-yard line. And let's see who's a quarterback now. Grovem.
Yeah.
I may just say Jason Grovem one of these times just by pure accident. Grovem keeps it himself, and he picks up nice yardage, 3 or 4 yards on the play before he's brought down by the Bulldogs. In on the stop is Connor Dunley.
We've called his name a lot today.
Yeah, he's been active.
And they have not thrown, Blue Hawks haven't thrown towards Romeo Simpson since that first quarter.
So they only gave him 2 yards on the carry, so it is 2nd and 8, and here the Bulldog defense tightens up again, getting up off the bottom of that pile. For the Bulldogs is Liam Rowe, and pickup of about 2, so we're going to call it 3rd and 5 now for Dickinson. Ball is marked at their own 14-yard line. Trying to make something happen after intercepting the Bulldogs. Grovem back to pass, and he throws in and out of the hands of a receiver, and in on the defense for the Blue Hawks was who else? Connor Dunley.
And a flag down. I think they may say he was holding with the left arm as he batted that ball away.
Okay, yep, you're right.
Yeah.
Defensive penalty gives the ball and a first down, or gives them a free first down. It's kind of like a service error, an attack error in volleyball. Just give it away. So that moves the ball to their own, let's see now, they're finally going to stop at about the 24-yard line where it is 1st and 10 with 3:12 remaining in the third quarter. Bulldogs leading the Blue Hawks 28-7, and they tried the middle of the Bulldog offense, and it goes nowhere. I don't know if there's much gain there at all. Getting up off the bottom of the pile, Reese Stanich. We've called his name a lot today, too. So pickup of about a yard. 2nd and 9 now for the Blue Hawks at their own 24-yard line. Oh,
Reverse.
try a little reverse, and they got lots of green in front of them. And the reverse worked, and finally the Bulldogs corral the Dickinson runner, but not before he gets all the way down to the 35-yard line of the Bulldogs. Nice play by the Blue Hawks.
Tyler Shane with the tackle, and he had to run a long ways for that. Again, the Bulldogs have a little bit of a problem with the containment on either end.
Well, you were right. There was no red shirts on that side over there at all. So 1st and 10, Blue Hawks from the Bulldog 34-yard line. Now Groveham's going to try the middle, and he goes nowhere. Picked up a yard or two, but not much.
I'll bet Riley Martello is writing that in his brain right now, that we have to work on containment. You got to maintain leverage on the outside. Keep your outside arm free and your leg free, and at least be in the right spot. I think that's a totally missed coverage.
Groveham back to pass. Chased out of the pocket, and he just throws it down. And I think he was hit about the same time he threw it.
I think he saw that coming, and that's Jace Fitzgerald right out of the middle linebacker spot.
So it is 3rd and about 7 for a Dickinson State first down. I wonder if they're in field goal yardage, field goal territory.
No.
That'd have to be a heck of a boot.
Well, Berkeley hit a 47-yarder the other day, last weekend.
So Groveham looking to the sidelines. We'll see what play the offensive coordinator for the Blue Hawks is. Well, he calls a timeout.
Good call. Good call.
Yeah. With 1 minute left to play in the third quarter. I want to remind everybody once again about our Sparkies player of the game. We have an offense, a defense, and a special teams, and we'll be choosing at the conclusion of the game. And remember to go to Sparky's after the game for great food. Treat your palate to a great selection of mouth-watering items. You can choose from 4 different burgers or 4 different sandwiches. And if you haven't tried it yet, add Sparky's mac and cheese to your order. Their specialty menu includes chicken fried steak or panko shrimp or jambalaya, to mention just a few. Sparky's smoked meats are unbeatable. Choose between beef brisket or pulled pork. Add a cool beverage to make your meal complete. It's all there and more. Sparky's Bar and Grill, 420 East Poindexter in Dillon and 222 East Park in Butte.
Have you been to the Sparkies in Butte?
No, never have.
I have. Unique, quaint, the same type of decor. No pickup in the Butte Sparkies.
3rd and 7. Groveham back to pass again, chased out of the pocket. And he connects with Adrian Calderon for a Blue Hawk first down. Nice play by the Blue Hawks.
That's the first time they've thrown towards Romeo since the first period, and this time it was successful.
Calderon just had a little bit of a step ahead, and Groveham put the ball right on the money. We have a new running back in the Dickinson lineup. It looks like it is
Jacob Bundy.
Yeah. Groveham quick out, and the Bulldogs were waiting for it.
That's Stanich. He snuck past the receiver who was blocking him and made that tackle for a loss.
And that's the end of third quarter. So 3 quarters in the book. Our score, Montana Western 28, Dickinson State 7. Will return with the fourth quarter after this on the Bulldog Sports Network. Getting set for the fourth and final quarter of this Frontier Conference non-divisional game. Remember, next week divisional play begins, and we'll go over that schedule a little bit later on. Right now, Dickinson hopes to get on the scoreboard again. And Grovem remains at quarterback. For a while there, it looked like his specialty was running, but he showed he's got a pretty good quarterbacking arm, too. Helena, Montana native out of Helena Capital.
You know who the superintendent of the district is? Rex Welts.
Oh.
Western grad from about 1990, 91. And he taught for a few years, Polson High School principal. Now is the superintendent, the Helena School District.
Okay.
Played basketball here a little bit at Western.
7 and second down and 13. Grovem back to pass and chased out of the pocket looking for a target. Finds the sidelines instead. And he's finally knocked down, but he's way short of a first down, I think. Depends on where they mark him out of bounds.
Sione Posse came all the way from the right tackle to
Okay, it's
take
fourth
him
down. Do you kick it for the points, or do you?
Well,
I don't see any kicker out there.
He was unsuccessful in the fourth when he went for it. Fourth and, I don't know, goal down there at the end of the first half. Oh,
They're going to go for it.
It
So
looks like.
Grovem in shotgun.
Now a timeout.
No, yellow flag. Well, there was a flag back there in the end zone. So I'm guessing that the flag and the timeout, did they come at the same time?
Okay, number 22, that's Caleb Rist. He is in as a running back for the Dickinson State.
Oh.
And Caleb is from Burlington, North Dakota.
And he was listed as a starter, but we haven't seen much of him.
No.
So they took the penalty, so it's now 3rd and 12. 3rd and 12, shouldn't it be 4th and 12? And Rist is the one that gets the ball, and he fights his way up the middle, and he is short. Picked up good yardage, but not enough.
So now we're back to the same question. Do we kick the field goal, get a few points?
I don't know if that is in Coach Stanton's playbook. I think he wants the touchdown because he is leaving his offense on the field. So it is 4th and about 4.5 for a Blue Hawk first down. Grovem back to pass, and he floats one into the end zone for a touchdown. Nice play to Gage Gilbert, tight end. And boy, I tell you, that was where only he could catch it.
Yep. Camp Crook, South Dakota. I looked for that. It is named after General George Crook. It's a very, very small school. 63 people in the community.
So kick is up and kick is good by Nelson, and Blue Hawks back on the board, make this game even more interesting. After it's 28-14, Bulldogs lead the Blue Hawks, and we'll be back with more on the Bulldog Sports Network. We are ready for the kickoff. Blue Hawks cut the Bulldog margin to 2 touchdowns and have shown they can score when they want to. Oh, and a squib kick.
And Datton, Yep, they've recovered. He kicked it just hard enough to go the 12 yards, 10 yards that are needed. It went about 12 yards and was fumbled around. It struck a Bulldog, became a live ball, and the Blue Hawks have recovered. They're right at the 50-yard line, aren't they?
Yeah.
Nicely done.
So their field to bring this game even closer is 50 yards long. And the Bulldog defenders, who just had a hard series, are right back out there again. Groveland back to pass again. He's going to launch another one.
Oh, now that one's, I'll bet you that's taunting. I don't think it was pass interference, but it might be taunting.
And when are these guys going to think before they act? And we've got an injured Blue Hawk down. And we'll be back after this on the Bulldog Sports Network. Stadium, and the penalty was pass interference. So it's 1st and 10 Blue Hawks from the Bulldog 35-yard line. And the Bulldogs have kind of found their way.
Yeah. Terry Vanderpan sitting down here, former Baker Spartan, played football here at Western.
Grove at quarterback, back to pass, and here comes the Bulldog. Do they call another they throw another flag?
Going to be a late hit on the quarterback? Or is it holding? Personal foul. Roughing the passer.
That was not necessarily an agreement of that one. It looked like everybody got together at the same time.
I was looking down here, so I didn't see it.
So via the penalty and an onside kick, Dickinson threatening again. They are 1st and 10 at the Bulldog 20. And the Bulldog defense fired up for that one.
Okay, now I see why that guy's helmet might fly off. He doesn't have a chin strap.
So
now how can the official not see that?
Second and 12 now for the Blue Hawks. Rist at running back, Grovem at quarterback. Grovem hands off to Rist, and Rist is brought down. About a yard carry on that one. And up off the bottom of the pile, I can almost see his number as he turns. Well, his jersey's kind of
up there.
So 3rd and 12 now for the Blue Hawks.
I think that's Kip Sakolia. Is it 97?
I think so.
Kip weighs 325 pounds. And for a man that big to be going out there on this hot field.
And moving fast. Groveman back to pass.
Got
Right up in the middle. It's good, but no, not close enough for a first down. But based on what Pete Stanton has called so far, Blue Hawks, there's no such thing as a field goal in their playbook. When you look at the stats, they don't have very many field goal tries. I think 2 or 3 at the most. So 4th and 5 now for Dickinson State. Wrist at running back, Groveman at quarterback. Groveman is back to pass again, and wide open for the first down. There was nobody over there, and the Bulldog defender is slow getting up.
That's Cale Gudlock out of Great Falls.
And that's 1st and goal now for the Blue Hawks. Is there a timeout now?
Must be.
Yep, timeout on the field. Our score, Dickinson State 14 and looking to score again, trailing the Bulldogs of Montana Western 28-14, and there's 10:38 remaining in our ball game. Back with more after this on the Bulldog Sports Network. Back at Bulldog Stadium, 1st and goal for the Blue Hawks on the Bulldog 5-yard line. Well, I tell you, this third quarter has belonged to the Blue Hawks.
Okay, probably going man to man. They're on the 5-yard line. Not much sense of standing in the end zone.
Where was the official? Was a long ways away. The back judge. He's going to be tired by the time he gets to where he's supposed to be.
It was like he was doing sprints because he was misbehaving in practice.
Yeah. Okay, he's in position now. The referee watching the clock for the timeout.
He gets a signal from a kid wearing the red hat, I think.
And we're ready to go. 1st and goal, Blue Hawks from the Bulldog 5-yard line. Heavy to the left side, and Groveman is going to run with it, and he's going to run into the end zone for a Blue Hawk touchdown, and all of a sudden this game is very, very interesting.
It's a one-possession game.
Bulldogs led by 3 touchdowns, put another one on it, made it 28-7, and now all of a sudden they are now leading only 28-21. Nelson coming in to put the 21st point on the board for Dickinson State. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. So 10:18 left to play in our ball game. It's Dickinson State trailing the Bulldogs 21-28. Back with more on the Bulldog Sports Network. We're back at Bulldog Stadium. 2 quick touchdowns by the Blue Hawks, and they lead, they trail only by a touchdown, 28-27. Mike, do we see another onside kick here?
Boy, that would be – well, Lightning can strike in the same spot.
And it looks like we got receivers up tight versus we didn't have that before. Nelson back to kick. This time he's going to thump it to Norse at the 10, 15, 20. He tries to get around, finally brought down at about the 19-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs will take over on this drive. So a little bit of trickery, and they did what you want to do when you have an onside kick and recover it, you score.
Maximus Catermas on the tackle. Yes, and I stood in front of the mirror to practice saying that.
But we have a flag on the field, too, and it looks like it's against the Bulldogs. Bulldogs just seem to just, in the wrong time.
Yeah, they gave up 41 yards in penalties in the first half. Of course, they had the big one where the player was sent to the locker room or sent to the sideline.
Well, this time, instead of decent field position, they're going to start on their own 10-yard line. 1st and 10 from there for Montana Western. Palandri at quarterback. Quick pass to Norse. Norse turns on the Jets. And finally is run out of bounds, but not before he picks up
Riley Klein and Chase Selly.
And there was a little hit out of bounds there that wasn't called, and it kind of got the Bulldog spectators going.
Yeah, it looked to me like they were going so fast there was just no way to stop. No way to stop.
So big gain by Norse gets the Bulldogs out of trouble and into Dickinson State territory at the 25. 1st and 10 from there. Humphrey next to Palandri in the backfield. Palandri hands off. Nope. That was quick.
Kept it and inside maybe to the 19.
Now, I was fooled on that one.
Oh.
He doesn't run very often, but he's got, positive yardage. So, pickup of about 5. Let's call it 2nd and 5, just to be safe.
Palandri ran a touchdown in last week.
Humphrey, and he finds yardage, and he finds first down yardage all the way down to about the 12-yard line for the Bulldogs. So it'll be first down there.
They're going to put it on.
Put it on the 13, 14? Oh, 14. Well, almost the 15.
About the 14-yard line, yeah.
I keep forgetting that as soon as the knee hits, that's where you mark the ball. Palandri in shotgun. Lemmer's back in at halfback.
Oh, we missed it.
Kirkley, intended receiver in the back of the end zone. He was open, but just a little bit outside his reach.
He looked at his hands. What? You betrayed me. That's a good pass.
Well, like you said, Palandri use that old thing, threads the needle.
Yeah.
And he always puts it where you want it to be, just where only his receiver can catch it.
Oh, nice block.
Palandri, they fake an end around to Eli Norris, and then Palandri just takes it right up the middle himself. Got some good blocking from the offensive line of the Bulldogs, and he picks up, let's see where they stop.
DJ Jackson.
About 8 yards on that carry.
DJ Jackson out of Butte, and it looked like Dylan Chrisman out of Helena, Montana. He's, flags all over the place.
So the Bulldogs were in the red zone. We'll see what happens. Nope, they call it offsides. So they have a little more room to work on. they'll still be in the red zone, and they can still pick up a first down. But then again, I'm guessing Berkeley will come in and kick it if they don't get the first down.
Look out. Seth Shook all by himself, man-to-man, out to the right.
Landry in shotgun. And he's going to get called again for 5 yards. As Palandri just kind of reached forward. So that's 10 yards and penalties on the quarterback. And all of a sudden, what was a makeable third down situation is a workload. It is 3rd and about 14 now for a Bulldog first down.
Aiden Lammers out to the left.
Oh, and touchdown to Eli Norse.
Nice job.
So Norse gets his second TD of the ball game, and that extends the Bulldog lead back to 2 touchdowns. Extra point coming from Berkeley.
Offensive line has done a good job for in the pass blocking.
Kick is up. Kick is good. So, with 7:16 left to play, our score, Montana Western 35, Dickinson State 21. Back with the Bulldog kickoff after this on the Bulldog Sports Network. We're back at the I knew I was going to say it. I knew I was going to say it. I tried so hard. Back at Bulldog Stadium.
I can remember when they were talking about, what are we going to name the new stadium? What are we going to name it?
Write a big enough check and it can be named after you.
Yes. And
Bulldog Stadium.
I kept thinking Bulldog Stadium would sound good. And I don't know who finally suggested it. It wasn't me. But how simple is that? Bulldog Stadium.
Berkeley, big time kickoff into the end zone and to another cheerleader this time. You know, they've really got to work on their catching.
Yes. At least call for a fair catch, ladies.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that was a line drive. That one didn't get up very high. That might not have cleared the cross member there at the goal. We've got the Fitzgerald family right down here. Their son, Jace, of course, is the linebacker. He's got the legacy.
Big brother, RJ, right here. Yep. Jace wears that Engine 18 legacy number, chosen by the Simpkins family and Ryan Norse.
Getting a little pressure.
Oh, and finds a little bit of yardage.
Boy, and he lowered his shoulder right into that linebacker. Oh, and he came up limping a little bit.
Yeah, he's a little, that's Gilbert.
Gage Gilbert.
He's little, and now he's going to he's off on his own power, but he's not moving at full speed. So 2nd and about 7 for the Blue Hawks. Grovem at quarterback. He's back, chased out of the pocket, and sacked. Sacked by the Bulldogs, and that is Crow, isn't it?
Number 94, Devin Crow.
Yeah.
Go ahead and pronounce that guy's hometown.
Somewhere in Montana?
No. It's in Washington, like Kapiankin?
Oh, Kennewick. It's Kennewick.
Oh, you misspelled it?
No, you forgot to change the to the other.
Nope.
Remember, that was one of those errors I was telling you about.
Oh, gets that one away.
Oh, and it's
Off.
intercepted by Mount, and he's Oh, I guess he went out of bounds right there. So that makes it interesting for our defensive player of the week.
Thanks a lot, Mount.
Yeah.
Nice job.
So Bulldogs see if they can convert a turnover.
Not many turnovers from Dickinson today. Now
It's been a pretty clean game. I mean, some silly penalties by the Bulldogs, but other than that, it's been fairly clean game.
Yeah. Well, both teams are coached so well. Veteran coaches, I'm assuming veteran coaching staffs.
So Lammers carries a couple of Blue Hawk defenders with him as he picks up nice yardage on a first down play from the Dickinson 40-yard line. They're going to mark about they're going to give him 5.5, almost 6 yards on that carry.
Oh, deadly down here. Shook and Norris on the same side.
Yikes. And here comes a blitz right up the middle. Pass to Norse, and he finds a little room, and then he's pushed out of bounds. Picks up enough yardage for a Bulldog first down.
Well, the defender knocked that ball out of his hands just at the sideline.
But the officials say that he had it,
Yeah,
so
he probably was out of bounds. We can't see it from here, but
1st and 10, Montana Western from the Dickinson 23-yard line. Palandri to Lammers. Nope, that was he did it again. Michael Palandri keeps the ball and picks up. Did he pick up first down yardage?
I don't think so. Not quite.
He had a little jawing contest with with the defensive back for Dickinson, Trey Gary, and I'm wondering if Gary was asking him where to eat after the game today.
No.
So he picked up about 7 on that, so it is 2nd and 7 for the Bulldogs. And the ball is at the Dickinson 15-yard line. Bulldogs threatening again. Hand off to Lammers. Lammers tries the outside and picks up nice yardage. Not sure if he picked up the first down. Let's see where they mark it.
Dylan Chrisman with a nice block there, pinning the lineman inside.
He picked up a couple of yards. So it'll be 3rd and 2. And Palandri again. And Palandri into the end zone?
Oh.
No, at the 1-yard line. Palandri doesn't get the touchdown, but he picks up the first down.
Oh, now he must have gone out of bounds over the pylon. But that certainly looked like a touchdown from here. I'm only 55 yards away from it.
You got new eyes, too.
Yes. That was a unique experience for me to have that surgery and not know that I was wide awake and talking through the whole thing.
That surprises me you were talking.
Go, Palandri's calling his own number. Didn't get in. Oh, yeah, he got in.
Yeah, he's in. Well, everybody's arms are up except the officials. Okay, now the official over here. So Michael Palandri gets the touchdown, capping a nice drive after a Bulldog pick off a Dickinson State pass. And it's now 41-21. And Berkeley in to try the extra point for the Bulldogs.
So the Bulldogs really used the Mount's interception. Oh, he missed that one.
Whoa, he doesn't do that very often.
No.
I'm not sure. I wonder if it was the holder. I think he's had a new holder. There's number 11 was doing the holding.
Oh, could be.
So anyway, touchdown is good. 41-21 the score. Bulldogs lead Dickinson. 3:13 left in the game. Back with the kickoff after this on the Bulldog Sports Network. Back at Bulldog Stadium, where we were just, the three of us were up here.
Counting the votes.
Yeah, counting the votes of who our players of the game are. And I think we've got them. I'm not sure about defense yet.
I swear Mr. Takasbet down there was stuffing the ballot box.
He wouldn't do that. We could call up one of his old teachers and talk to him.
Oh.
No return again. I don't know. Despite the fact he missed an extra point, hasn't had a kick returned all afternoon.
That was his first miss PAT of the season.
And you can't blame it on us because we didn't say anything. No announcer jinx on us. So Dickinson trailing by 20 points. Will try and get points on the board. Their last drive stalled by an interception. Looks like Grovem remains at quarterback.
And
that's not Grovem. That's Freeze.
Yeah. But and Riss the running back?
Yep.
22.
Which is interesting. He was listed as a starter on the depth chart we received, but he didn't play much until the fourth quarter.
He's also from a little town, approximately 1,200 people. So Coach goes out there and he beats the bushes. He finds excellent players no matter the size of the school or the community.
Good people that want to play football.
Uh-oh. That's Fitzgerald with the first hit. And there goes a helmet.
Another one. That's the running back. That's Bundy. So no gain on that one. It's 3rd and 11. First play was a loss of one, or the first down play was a loss of 1.
Too long.
Freeze. I'm not sure who he was passing to, but he was being pressured, and that was a quick 3 and out for the Blue Hawks.
Caleb Brossman, the wide receiver out of Florence, Montana.
Looks like Coach Norse has got his relaxed walk going on now.
Yeah.
Doesn't have headphones on anymore.
Fair catch. Oh! Got to catch it with your hands, not that shoulder pad. Like I'm explaining it to an All-American.
Yeah.
Geez, there's just something about the way you catch the ball. I'm going to have to work on
Isn't that the first time we've seen him do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
In like 3 years? Yeah, I want to see you talk. I want to be in on that. I want to be the fly in the wall in that talk. 1st and 10, Bulldogs from their own 40-yard line, 1:56 left to play. Do you think it's like kneel down time, 3 plays in a row?
No. You're going to get a first down.
Well, Coach Norse out there doing his scripting with his offense. I don't see Coach Hederman. Oh, there he is, way on the other side, all dressed in black, behind his offensive lineman. He was an offensive lineman in his Bulldog days. What are the officials talking about, I wonder?
They're asking where they should go for a meal after the game.
They're from Spokane.
So Spokane's about 200 miles from Missoula. It's all interstate, though.
There's that little truck stop that's at, around Superior or something, that has the best homemade huckleberry ice cream.
Oh, yeah. What is that? It's in St. Regis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You've played the golf course at St. Regis. It's called Trestle Creek, isn't it?
Because it's a trestle from the railroad right there.
Yeah, and they've taken some of the rails out because people were still trying to wander over it all the time.
And we've got a new quarterback for the Bulldogs.
Michael Plandry's still out there.
Okay. I thought LaPlante was there for a second.
It might be time for that.
We must have had a media timeout because the officials looking for, where's the red hat?
I don't know where they're.
I remember Paige Holmes was the red hat for a long time during her Bulldog days. But now she's Paige Pathausen. Humphrey gets big yardage. He picks up a Bulldog first down as he rolls into Dickinson State territory at the 45. And I'm thinking now, maybe? Oh,
Max Lee from Billings.
That was the 2-minute timeout. That's what that was.
The Max Lee got the tackle, number 93 from Billings. He's just a freshman, so getting some experience.
Well, and there's that Townsend connection. Both teams have several players from Townsend. And the Youth Challenge cadets are leaving.
Now it looks like a kneel down.
Palandri kneels. Now this is where I could play.
Yeah.
If I played. I could be a quarterback, and at the very end of the game they could put me in and kneel down.
I would get nervous. I would fumble. Well, all right, gentlemen. Your ballots marked for the players of the game, offensive, defensively, and special teams. We've got that one pretty well set. Yeah, either.
That's going to wrap things up. We're going to be back with our players of the game and maybe some stats. And we're going to do it after this on the Bulldog Sports Network. We're back at the Bulldogs. I almost said Stroud Gymnasium
I know.
again. We'll be there next week for Bulldog volleyball. But at Bulldog Stadium, final score once again: Montana Western 41, Dickinson State 21. They're having problems with the stat program, actually where the main Presto, where they're hinged way over way, and so no stats. But we are going to announce our Sparkies players of the game. We've had a consensus. And for offense, we're giving it to Michael Palandri. He had an awesome day. I'm guessing that was over 300 yards passing.
5 touchdown passes.
6. Oh, yeah, 5 passing and 1 running.
And he ran one in himself.
And then our defensive player of the game is going to Brady Mounts, and we're giving it to Brady. As Tad said, his interception basically shut down the momentum that Dickinson State had. So Brady gets the defensive player of the week, and Mr. Berkeley, our kicker for the second game in a row, he will receive our special teams player of the week award, sponsored by Sparky's Garage. So for Tad Takus, our producer engineer, and for myself, Wally Felt, and Mike Miller, it's going to wrap us up from Bulldog Stadium. We won't be here for the Carroll game on October 11th. That will be an SWX game, but we'll return for the final 2 Bulldog home games. From Bulldog Stadium, have a great day from the Bulldog Sports Network.